Hello, my friend. It's the Crypto Lunatic, the channel for crypto newbies, looking to find you hidden gems before they pump. And today I bring you grass. Is the grass always greener? Is it greener? Could this be a degen play? Could it be a unicorn? Well, I'm going to tell you today how I found it, why Grok thinks that this could be a unicorn, why it ticks all the boxes, and how to do basic level research so that you're not believing everything just because AI says it is. So today we're going to have a little bit of a dive into how I found it, how to do a bit of research, and where I stand on this project. And this is definitely not investment advice. I'm not paid by Grass to make this review, and I do not own Grass. I'm completely neutral. There's no grass in my house, my friends. Not today, anyway. Anyway, with that in mind, join me on a little journey. Okay, so it started off with a conversation I decided to have with Grok. Now, because Grok is social media posts and a lot of narratives on social media always start with X, I thought, well, okay, tell me a big impact story that's largely going under the radar. This is where I started, something that could be massive. Please ask me any questions that you need. Now, I'm not going to read all this to you. I'm going to go down so that you can freeze your screen if you really want to read all of this stuff that it's come up with. But this was the interesting part, the rise of decentralized AI networks in crypto. Now, if you follow this channel, you'll know that I think that AI is going to be huge in this cycle. So this got my attention. This definitely got my attention. And as they started talking about BitTensor and virtuals, both big projects that we know. I answered a few questions that you can see there. The silent rise of CBDCs, dystopian control. Now, that's a video in and of itself. I've recorded a video on CBDCs, and I will summarize that by telling you that this is the dystopian future that none of us want, that no one's really talking about. They're progressing these nonsensical new currencies, effectively looking to get rid of cash. But I'm not talking about that today. I'm just going to let you see all of this. So it went all a bit tensor tau, even Pepe Unchained, which I've done a little review on. So all of this. So I asked which new project is positioned to monopolize on the rise of decentralized AI networks, which is getting relatively low attention compared to the potential disruption it could make. Please ask me any questions necessary to uncover a crypto unicorn in this space. So again, I'm not going to read through all of this. I'm going to do it there. And here's where it started. Grass Network, the under the radar decentralized AI data oracle with unicorn potential. So again, you can read through all of this should you wish to. The point being that Grok thinks that this is a potential unicorn going under the radar. Evidence of whale activity. It's talking about CBDCs here now. Anyway, I answered their questions and it went on a slightly deeper dive. So, Grass Network, I will read you the project overview. It's built on Solana's layer 2 and enables users to monetize unused internet bandwidth via a browser extension or mobile app, creating a decentralized data oracle for AI training. Users contribute to public web data, not personal data, to form high-quality data assets, which are processed using zero-knowledge proofs and stored in a transparent ledger. Grass rewards contributors with Grass tokens, fostering decentralized alternative to big tech data monopolies. Is backed by Wind Labs with 4.5 million raised by Polychain Capital, Tribe Capital, and others. Now, even that explanation to people new to the space probably doesn't make a lot of sense, but effectively it allows users like you or me to share our computing power in a decentralized network and own tokens from it. So I'm not going to read all of this to you. If you want to pause this video and read through it yourself, you're very welcome to do. But great team. Now, this is important. It's got a great team. So that's always important. Now, it's backed by a Polychain Capital, Tribe Capital, big VCs. Now, I'm not sure whether this is a good or a bad thing. Because when early stage projects are backed with VCs, it usually means they're sitting on massive amounts of tokens with unlocks, which can suppress the price for sometimes years after the launch. So whether that's good or not, I'll leave that with you. Community sentiment, it's got grassroots appeal, low mainstream attention, disruption potential, quirky appeal, grass's pitch, turning idle internet into ethical AI fuel. Well, there you go. There's a pitch. Risk profile, high risk, degen friendly. Grass is relatively low market cap. Now, this is important because you will see that here is Grok telling us 428 million market cap. So before we go on anything else, I just want to bring this alive. Here, if we go on CoinMarketCap, we see that the market cap is 280 million. So the information we're getting from Grok is out of date. Now, this is important when you're doing your research. And what we can see here on CoinMarketCap is when it first launched back in October 2024, it was at 88 cents. So it's up a little bit from that point. It's had a peak. It's gone up to here. It's gone up to $3.63. And now it's gone down to 1.14 or $1.14. So we go through it. We see that the circulating supply here, there's 1 billion grass and there's less than a quarter circulating. So that tells us that that's not good tokenomics. There's a bit of price suppression coming our way. We see here it's listed on lots of exchanges. This is a positive, and confidence is high in all of them. So nothing here tells us a little bit about grass. Fair enough. So it hasn't really told us a lot. So let's just go through a few things. Firstly, the contract. We see here that Grass multi-signature wallet, the company, is sitting on almost 46% of the supply. Now that's not great. And we see also 3 wallets here with 21% between them. Now that's not great either. So this tells us that there is high probability of dumpage. And these are probably, I can't check, I can't say for certain. These are probably VCs sitting on big amounts, which means that dumpage is potential here. We go to the X account. See very few followers here, and the posts are protected. So I couldn't get to see really what's going on, but that really doesn't tell us much. And considering they joined in January 2015 and they've only got less than 7,000 followers, that tells me that either they're gathering their social media presence elsewhere or they're not doing particularly well. So next thing we do, let's go to the website. Unlimited internet plan, rent what you don't use. Now that's a good thing. That is a problem that people can tap into. Just imagine having your unlimited internet plan and being able to recoup some money by sharing that in a decentralized network. This is a brilliant gap in the market, I believe. So Grass is solving a real problem, making your data plans cheaper by enabling you to share your unlimited bandwidth and get tokens for it. So this is clever. I think this is a really clever thing that it's looking to do. We go to crypto rank. And what does this tell us? So if I go to overview here, it doesn't tell us what the price the early stage investors got in at. But what it does tell us is that the fully diluted market cap will be 1.15 billion. And also it tells us it's down over 70% from its all-time high. And it's up 74% from its all-time low. So it's sitting in a mid-range at the moment. Now we go on to Lunatic. And what we find here is it's given us a little bit of an update. Grass has recently launched its mobile app, allowing users to farm grass everywhere. The Android app is open to all. The project has also made progress with its multimodal search. Now, does that mean anything? You can farm grass anywhere, my friends. Now, that will appeal to a certain demographic, I'm sure. But anyway, let's go here. So what I wanted to do was to go on Deck Screener. And what we see here, this little thing here, this little warning, This is really important. This token is mintable. Now, what does that mean? That means that people can create more tokens, which means you can dilute the supply. And this is a big warning. This is certainly a thing to be cautious about. Now, considering it's almost 300 million market cap, to only have 1.2 million liquidity, that's also a bit of a risk. So I'm starting to feel a little bit cautious looking at this. And now I go to dextools.io, which only gives it a 61% score on the safety. So again, that's a little bit of a red flag. So anyway, I decided let's finish off on Perplexity. I've asked it to do a deep dive on Grass crypto. What are the probabilities of it being a unicorn or a scam? Now, again, I'm not going to read through all of this. You can pause the video if you wish to and read it to yourself, because I'm just going to get you to a percentage at the end. So potential as a unicorn. So to see that the CEO is putting his face to it, that's always encouraging, because if it's a scam, usually you don't know who the team are behind it. It's got a clear use case, it's scalable, and it's got big funding and partnerships. So, of course, competition and market volatility are always going to be a challenge to any crypto. And scams and risks, legitimate projects. So the core Grass network is legitimate with real technology, a public team, and VC backing. So they could be scam impersonators. And I just said, please highlight the unicorn and scam potential as a percentage. Now, this is interesting. 30 to 40% potential, it could be a unicorn, and under 5% risk, estimated 5% or less that it's a scam. So there you go, my friends. There's a very brief overview of Grass and where do I sit with it? Well, this could be an interesting project. It really could. But given the sort of mid-tier of risk reward, I would say it's not as exciting quite as X is making it or Grok is making it out to be. I would say proceed with caution. It does seem to be a potentially good entry point, and it does seem to be solving a solid problem of earning people to, or allowing people to earn money from their unlimited internet plans and get some credit back on that. So I think it's solving a good problem. It certainly has great potential. Whether it will be a unicorn remains to be seen, but that's up to you. Let me know your comments. Let me know what you think of Grass. I'll be interested to get your opinion. And if you want more of my little updates, then you can like and subscribe to the channel and get them there. And if you'd like another one, well, you will find that just there.